Hey, everybody. I wanted to just take a few minutes really quickly to review some of the stuff that you did the other day in your first language arts assignment. Most of you did a good job. I appreciate the hard work. I know that it's hard to focus when we're at home and all this craziness is happening in the world. So I do appreciate you guys putting the time in. One of the things that I noticed was when we got to this Pacer C chart, which was the last part of activity 2.11, a bunch of people were not doing claims that were done correctly. So what I wanted to just review with you really quickly was I grabbed three people's charts that did a good job, and I just wanted to talk you through them. So the claim, if you guys remember, is an assertion of something as true, real, or factual. This is basically like, this is your statement of what you think. And if you think about, a lot of times these controversial topics are posed as a question. For example, should cell phones be allowed in school? Your claim is just the really basic statement, cell phones should be allowed in school. This person's claim right here, technologies such as cell phones should be allowed in school. It's perfect. They're not going into their reasons yet because that comes down here in the reasoning. Okay, so cell phones should be allowed in school. Their reasons were they could help for emergencies, they could be used as learning tools, and communications in class. Okay, once they've given their reasons, there's some evidence here that they have to support those reasons. Okay, and then the last part here is the counterclaim. Okay, and that's where you're saying, yeah, here's what I believe. I understand people think something different. So this student wrote, yes, phones in schools could be a distraction in class. That's the opposing viewpoint. They don't just stop there. Okay, they go on to say it could also be a good learning tool. Okay, this was a really basic, simplified version of coming up with an argument, so they didn't go into a great amount of detail there. But again, claim, evidence, reasoning, and counterclaim, those are the four things. This next example right here, okay, this student's claim is that internet service providers have no right to our incognito web searches. I don't want to know what you're doing on your incognito web search, but apparently the ISPs do. Okay, what was the reasons for their claim? They can see too much of the private information. Okay, this student actually did some quick research. They found from the University of Germany. They put this quote here, nice job, woohoo, good work. And then they did a good job of explaining the counterclaim. Okay, they may say that having access to this may stop crimes. If that was true, they would be handing over this information to the government, not selling our data to advertisers. Again, the really important thing that I just wanted to point you to here is the claim. Very simple. Here's what I think. Internet service providers have no right to our incognito web searches. Okay, moving on. Another straightforward claim here. The overuse of electronics can affect a person's health and life. Okay, minus the fact that they spelled affect wrong and they used the wrong one. I'll forgive you. Okay, really good claim. The overuse of electronics can affect a person's health and life. I might write they could negatively affect it. Okay, so that we know that they believe it's bad. But the fact that they said overuse makes you kind of assume it's negative. Okay. So they went into the reasons. Here's why that's bad. It can be ruined from staring at a screen. They were ignoring people, real world people. They gave some evidence for how it affects the work. Okay. Their counterclaim here, they simply stated the opposing viewpoint, but they didn't refute it. They'd need to do that when they actually wrote an assignment, but they listed the opposing viewpoint. It shows that they're thinking about it. So the big thing, I had a lot of people whose claims weren't good, and I just want to make sure your claim is very straightforward, right? If the question is, should students be allowed to or be forced to wear uniforms in school? Students should not be forced to wear uniforms in school. Okay. Should the school year be canceled because of the coronavirus? Your claim is the school year should not be canceled because of the coronavirus. Then your reasons and your evidence and your counterclaims are going to come later. The claim is very simply, here's my point. All right, that's it. Carry on.